Hey guys, today we're going to talk about from the Work From Home series how to audit your VPN transactions and understand who your VPN devices are communicating with. So let's get started. So when you get into ExtraHop, you can click on device groups, and then I have a group called VPN clients here that we've created in a previous video, and you can create that by remote IP discovery or a custom device. It's really up to you, but this is basically all your VPN clients. So you put in your subnet of your VPN, and these are all slurped up here and showing all your communications. But what if you want to understand who your VPN clients are communicating with internally? You want to audit those transactions and understand kind of what's happening. Let's take a look at that. So here's all my VPN transactions, right? So this is a lot of transactions. So you can quickly hover over these in an activity map here as I clicked on activity map and understand who they're communicating with. But what if we want to get a little bit more detail? Because this is obviously, in your environment, this could get a lot of devices. So I want to kind of filter this down a little bit. So one of the things you can do is you can filter by individual protocol. So for instance, you might want to say, I want to see all the individual, maybe you want to audit your DNS servers and clients that they're communicating with. So you want to understand who's your VPN getting DNS clients and servers from. So now I have an idea and I can hover over and this shows you just the DNS transactions. There's my router, these are my individual clients coming in. So you can quickly see, hey, where is DNS coming from? So it's very useful for you've basically taken all your VPN clients. Now you've audited it. Is this normal, not normal? Is this what you think you should be? Is this where the DNS be coming in from? You can also do something like, I could get a little more detail on check DNS servers, and I'll do like, who's accessing FTP from the VPN? And so this gets a lot smaller, and you can see like, oh, why is Cali coming across that? What's that all about? And what's this device? And who are they communicating FTP at? Who's responding to that FTP? So it allows you to see from your VPN clients who's accessing FTP. So let me uncheck that. We actually support OpenVPN as well. So we can look at those transactions. So you can look at your OpenVPN servers and clients and then audit that. So here's everyone who's leveraging OpenVPN. Obviously, is my lab. So this allows me to see who's running OpenVPN across my infrastructure and where that terminates at. What's cool is you can also do a comparison up here. So I'm going to compare ending a month ago to the last 5 weeks. You could do week to week, day to day, whatever is important to you. Red is no longer communicating, green is new, and white has stayed the same. So I can quickly get an understanding of this device is no longer doing OpenVPN anymore. That's interesting. I could click on that. I could get the change in that device. So I could go here and I could go straight to that device if I wanted to. And I could see the difference here. Here's the traffic that was before, and it's not any traffic anymore. So it's interesting. That was an Apple MacBook, and now it's like, okay, what's going on? Like I could dig into that if I was interested in that. So I can go back to my activity map by using the recent pages widget. And then I can go and maybe I want to look at comparisons on like FTP servers and clients when I'm keeping that comparison up. What's changed here? So these are no longer doing FTP, but the green ones are. So they're responding in that time period that I've clicked on. So it's really useful. So you can understand like, all right, maybe I want to look at not FTP, but I want to look at like DNS servers and clients. What's changed as this huge growth of work from home comes in? How is this changing? How is this affecting my infrastructure? Again, red no longer communicating, green are the new connections, and white has stayed the same. And you can click on any of these, and you can dial in and be able to understand what are those new transactions over this time period. Maybe it's pre the work from home, post work from home. Maybe this is a week to week or day to day thing that you look at to be able to understand how is that load, where are these connections. And you can look for things like security transactions as well. You can look for any type of protocol, right? So you can go in here and look for things like Kerberos. But what these protocols allow you to do, and you can filter it by group as well, is it allows you to dial into particular areas that you may care about, that you're auditing for, right? So you can quickly understand, hey, where is my Kerberos coming from? When we work from home, is the authentication happening in the right places that I expect it to? Where is those particular transactions occurring from? So now I understand when the VPN clients come in, where are they hitting internally? What are the individual clients? And so here's all the Kerberos transactions. Red, no longer communicating. Green, new transactions. And there's an outlier transaction of just Kerberos happening in my environment internally that may be some jump off point that I want to be able to dig into a little further, and I can click on those devices. So it's a great way to take a bunch of data and then view that and then use our time comparison to be able to understand what's happening. The final thing I'll leave you with is you can also, let me go back to all peers and servers here, is you can actually add group filters. So if you cared about, hey, I want to know the VPN clients and how they communicate with new devices, DNS servers, database, DHCP, you can just add an individual group here. Maybe you created application groups internally. You can actually add individual groups to be able to add that as a filter. So you want to see your VPN clients talking to all the FTP servers to a particular application group that you built internally, right? You can then start to audit based on activity groups. You could create custom activity groups and device groups that are basically have certain protocols and devices in them because you want to audit to see if your actual VPN clients are communicating with those. So it's really powerful for you to be able to quickly dial in how your VPN clients are communicating with and who they're communicating with from applications and device groups in the back end. And does that match up to the policies that you expect? So I could say, like, for instance, I could click on like UDP devices if I cared. Like, I want to know what UDP devices this particular devices or who they're communicating with. That's all the UDP devices, right? So it allows you to quickly, and then I could do just peers in this. So you can filter out by protocols or device groups and then audit those and understand those transactions. And then you can run a comparison as well by hitting comparison here. And I'll just remove that comparison so you guys can see that. So you can move back and forth and you can click on those devices. So in summary, you can use activity maps from your VPN client's device group to visualize and understand how those connections are occurring and audit them for certain types of protocols and behavior that may be out of the realm of what you're used to, especially from a bunch more people working from home and hitting your individual VPN servers and your individual applications and devices internally in a different way. And so we can audit that and show you that. Thanks for your time, guys.